you got to really be careful because the past lives with those businesses forever. And people don't necessarily think about that. It's like, oh, here's a great location, but you're always going to be a Pizza Hut unless you purposefully do something to change that perception, right? Right? I mean, coffee is just an easy one, right? Because you drink coffee one way, let's teach you how to drink it another way. But it doesn't, I mean, if I'm selling t-shirts, why are you buying a t-shirt from me when you can buy it down the street, right? You got to create the you got to create the reason why people come to you. And that's just, again, that's creating the habit and the continued behavior that brings people to your business regardless of what it is. And I think I think that mindset can translate, right? And it's either going to bite you in the butt or it's going to be phenomenal. People are going to stop coming because, just because you like it one way doesn't mean they like it one way, but you got to be smart about it too, right? You got to know and understand. Like,
it's a risk you're going to take,
right? Yeah. If somebody's paying $6 for a cup of coffee, it better be damn good. Like, don't charge me $3 for a black coffee if it doesn't blow my mind. And if you don't take the approach of, I'm going to pay $100 for a pair of shoes, they better not break down on me, right? It's all relative.
Yeah, people dislike change. I think that's synonymous. So as you're saying, you're conditioning people to truly appreciate this coffee because you knew you had a better product. I can relate it to something just incredibly simple, just as you were to another analogy in real estate. But I know when I first started, I was managing the properties. I was collecting cash. One day I have like $30,000 in my glove compartment. I was like, this is great, but this is a terrible idea. I loved hanging out with the residents, etc., except it created all these inefficiencies. Once I pushed everybody online, there was plenty of pushback. People like, oh, I don't have an email account. I don't trust people having my checking account numbers, etc. It was a slow process, but once I was in place, there were zero complaints about it, and there continues to be zero complaints about it. So all it was conditioning and training the individuals of like, this is a better process, this is a better product. And eventually, you get over that hump and it becomes smooth sailing so you can better serve the customer. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, we just want to serve the customer better. Sometimes the customer doesn't realize what we're doing in actuality is to service them better. And that's where we have to pull the Band-Aid. And, we do get some pushback, but as long as we keep forth with, as you said, the big picture. What's the big picture? We are going to have the best coffee. We are going to compete with everybody and we are going to destroy them because we have a better product. I think that just speaks volumes to why certain companies are successful and some aren't.
Yeah. So, and I think the other thing to remember too, right, is in most cases, right, regardless of the business, you're not reinventing the wheel, right? Real estate business exists. It's everywhere. It is what it is. How do you, when you condition the customer to do business with you for a certain reason, it's not like you're asking them to do something they're not, I'm not comfortable buying real estate. Well, that's why we're here, right? You want real estate. I have a solution for you. Coffee's no different. Again, that's why I think that this mindset translates to everything, because it's a little different, right? If you're like, hey, we're gonna create a cardboard car that doesn't exist. Well,
yeah,
it takes a little bit. That's a little different.
Good luck.
But you're not reinventing the wheel. You're just creating a better way to the everyday, if you will, right? A new normal on how to do business in this market. And I think that's I think people forget that, right? Like here's an example that I see a lot, right? Let's say that there was a Pizza Hut. You guys always remember Pizza Hut looks a certain way, right? And if I can't say Pizza Hut, cut it out.
You could certainly say Pizza Hut. I should have said Starbucks, scooters, and McDonald's were the three things I was thinking about earlier.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, did you know my second job living in Nebraska, I was a barista?
Nice.
I fucking tore it up. Just FYI, I can make a mean cup of coffee. If you're ever hiring, I'd love to go flip some Joe. So whatever. All right, thank you.
Not for you, but no. So anyway, so you look at a Pizza Hut or like an Amigos, right, or whatever. If a different business goes into that building and doesn't change it completely, it's still a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks anything else, right? It's like, there's a coffee shop and a Pizza Hut. That doesn't make any sense. So it's like little things like that it's like, to tie it into real estate, when you're selling real estate for businesses and stuff, you got to really be careful because the past lives with those businesses forever. And people don't necessarily think about that. It's like, oh, here's a great location, but you're always going to be a Pizza Hut unless you purposefully do something to change that perception, right? And I think those are some of the things that that we've always done as a business, back in the day to create that perception. So now if you see something that looks like a barista's, it's always a barista. That's a barista's. Well, it's not, but it looked, it used to be, and that's what people think, right? So the legacy lives on, good and bad. And I think that's something that's just part of that creating a new normal is you got to be careful about where you go and what buildings you buy and what you do and how it looks, and all those little details have to be taken into consideration regardless of what business you're in.